All right, time now is 1:06 p.m. About 4 minutes ago, I filmed this exact same video, and my phone crashed again because storage space issues. I slept from 3:40 to 12. Today's a Sunday, and I don't want to go to church, so I told the church teacher I'm not going to go to church. I'm probably going to stay at home the whole day. Maybe I'll go to Ralph's or Nija Market or something like that to buy more food to stock up for next week. Um, yeah, that's it. I'm gonna clear some storage space and then I'll continue. All right. Time now is 1:50 p.m. And yeah. Okay. Finally, storage space. Yippee ki Um. Yeah. I slept from 3:40 to like 11:30, and right after I woke up, I went to grab my phone and I checked my phone. I haven't even brushed my teeth. I just want to check my phone and chill. And I just woke up, so I'm not in the best state. So it's just like a, like a morning thing. And then 2 minutes later, Zach called me. I received a phone call from Zach, the producer. And for a moment, I was like, whoa, is this real? No, wait, it's real. It's Zach, the producer. He's calling me. And my first thought is, thank God I'm awake. Like, if I had decided to stay on my bed a little longer and Zach called me, and I turned my phone on silent mode because I don't want my phone to buzz constantly in the middle of my sleep. It's going to disturb me. So, oh my God, I was so close to missing that call. But yeah, Zach called me, and I'm like, oh, fine. And I picked it up, and I was like, hello, hey. And Zach was like, oh, did I wake you up from your sleep? And it's embarrassingly late to wake up, at this time. So I was like, oh yeah, honestly, I just woke up not too long ago. So essentially, Zach told me to put up an announcement on Yamdu to compile a list of names of people who are going to attend the Oppenheimer masterclass, the Oppenheimer producer class. So the producer of American Hustle and The Dark Knight and Oppenheimer is teaching a class at downtown LA tomorrow night. Of course, I can't make it because I got the concert. And Zach wants me to make a list, like make a Google form and ask people to sign up their names on it. And it's a good way to A, gauge how many people actually care about this class, B, gauge how many people actually check Yamdu. Um, so, yeah, that's that. And so I thought it's actually kind of funny that Zach is calling me and not calling Benny. Meanwhile, I know Benny and Birkin are closer. Like, Benny texts Birkin all the time. I haven't done that yet. So it's almost like we have a little bit of a schism between the producers. Birkin is on Benny's side a little more, and then Zach is on my side a little more. So it's like, ooh, intriguing. But yeah, essentially there's that. And then I also asked Zach, like, oh, how is the campaign shoot going? Because I haven't heard any news yet. Is Bree finishing her script? Turns out Bree did finish her script, and Carly is making some revisions, but we'll be getting the script anytime soon. And I asked Zach if we should like put up a assigning roles thing, like on Yamdu right now. And Zach told me to not do anything first. So I'm like, okay. So like right after I woke up, first thing I did, like I was gonna really chill out and relax on a Sunday morning, But immediately after Zach's phone call, my entire morning, like my entire mind is just, okay, film 33 UPM, film 33 UPM. Like it just can't leave my mind. So first thing I did after I wake up, I turned on my laptop, I opened my laptop, and I just did the Google form, and now it's up. So yeah, fast, efficient UPM. Please give me the job now. In other news, Aiden, the hidden Hong Konger, DM'd me on Instagram asking me for sending him some help for the assignment for photo class, which is due today. And that's pretty much it. So today is a Sunday. I'm not going to go to church, like I said. I'm just gonna focus on my personal stuff. Writing The Virgin, editing videos, YouTube videos, reviews, laundry. I want to wash my pajamas, and my bed sheet. I want to change them. I'm gonna sleep in this bed for one more week, and then I'll change the bed sheets. But yeah, it's once again I'm getting the feeling that I really need to finish The Virgin as soon as possible because I feel like one of the things that's holding me back from, really getting out there and finding a person is The Virgin. So I really need to finish the screenplay as soon as possible. And it's not the first time I felt this way, obviously. Like at sometime last year, like at around November, I was also like, oh my god, I feel like I'm getting close to it. Wouldn't it be funny? I wrote a whole oath. And said, the moment I get a girlfriend, I cannot write The Virgin anymore. What if I follow that oath, but what if I do get a girlfriend? Ridiculous, hypothetically, miraculously, before I could even complete it. That would be wild. That would be insane. Like, I really don't hope that would happen. But yeah, that's that. But yeah, I may go to Nijia Market, I think, because I'm running out of food again. I realize I don't have a lot of ideas on what to eat for breakfast or lunch. So I don't really know. But yeah, that's as far as it goes. I'm probably going to make myself a cup of hot chocolate or something right now. Yeah. Really don't know what to eat for lunch. Really don't know. And also I need to start planning for tomorrow's insane journey to downtown LA again to see Owl Bicycle. But yeah, I guess if there's one more thing to talk about is did I truly find Leslie less interesting after last night? Or did I find her more interesting? Because again, she randomly appears out of nowhere in this situation. It's almost like, oh, God, this is a sign. And yeah, she jolts for the gunshots, and I would look at her and chuckle, meaning that I've noticed her jolt, and then she would look back in embarrassment at me. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, if Mary watches a horror film, I bet she's gonna cry and scream her brains out. But yeah, I think that doesn't detract from how insane Leslie still is. Like, I just think of the time I and Leslie watched The Last Emperor together, and she hopped over the fence at the McDonald's, or I don't know, just other incidents like her refusing to sign her name because she has some issues with her identity. Like when I speak to Leslie, it's almost like I'm speaking to a not real person because I speak to her in English when it would make more sense if we communicate in something like Mandarin or Cantonese. Let's be honest here. Because Cantonese shouldn't be lower than Mandarin, right? It should be in the same level. In fact, language shouldn't even have levels. So why am I conforming to your language? I'm just being nice. But and then when I call her Leslie, it's almost like that's not her real name because she gave herself that name, and nobody really used her real name in the realm of America. I know her real name, but it's like, should I just give her a nickname that I make up so that I could call her that forever? Yeah, so it's pretty interesting in terms of that. Also, she isn't a basic bitch. Let's be honest here. Like, if you check her Instagram, she doesn't have any selfies. Even I have one, but it's a very heavily manipulated, upside down, artsy selfie, you know. Hers, like, she doesn't even have selfies. Like, if you want to look for her face on Instagram, you probably can't find it at all. So there's that element of, like, non-description to her. So, you know, definitely 100 times more interesting than Pepper. I asked Leslie randomly, like, did you tell Pepper about anything about me or Film 33? And Leslie's like, no. After the concert to Decca joined, the Taiwanese band, they didn't text each other at all. So, okay. I think we're good. I may have simmered it for a little too much, but it's fine. It's still saucy and watery. Smells good. All right. I'm gonna pour it over to that right. Well, oh boy, here it is. Gyudon. Not the best one, but I tried my best. So yeah, let's give it a try. Okay. Cheers. Actually, not bad. It does taste like a gyudon. Not salty enough though. Okay. Oh shit, that's a little too much salt, is it? Fuck. The onions are a little overcooked. It's too soft and fluffy. The beef tastes completely fine. I don't know why. Alright, this is what I got from Nijio Market. Only 24 bucks, and I was gonna buy onigiri. They're all sold out. I was too late. So I got 2 breads, maple syrup bread, green tea bread. One of them is for Thursday. I got some sandwiches. I got some for breakfast. Red bean paste buns for breakfast, which I really anticipate. Got some ginger over here. I got some broccoli over here. And then I got some gailan over here as well. And then I got 2 cans of Sprite inside. And that's pretty much it. So, time was 9:50 p.m. I just finished dinner. Okay. Let's talk about what happened today. Damn, today has been quite eventful. Even though normally, like to be completely without social media, nothing happened today. I went to Nijio Market, came back home, that's it. But when it comes to social media, like the digital world, a lot has happened actually. So again, Zach called me right off the bat in the morning. Betsy continued to talk to me about her script, and she just invited me to her official stage play. Jarrett, the black guy who is breathing very loudly and is kind of noisy, he DM'd me because I made an Instagram story about the $1 Million Theater last night, and then Jared DM'd me saying, yo, where is this? And I said, oh, it's $1 Million Theater. And he's like, oh man, that's so cool. Thank you for responding to me, man. So that's that. He doesn't sound like that at all. Yeah, I spoke with Cliff a little bit, spoke with Leslie a little bit. Because I watched Made in Abyss. I finished watching Made in Abyss, and I made an Instagram story about it, and then Leslie immediately DM'd me saying, this anime traumatized me. And I'm like, whoa, you watched this too? I didn't even know Leslie watches animes. And she said her ex roommate recommended this anime to her, and so she watched it, and it traumatized her. Um, yeah, pretty interesting. Um, pretty interesting. Yeah, I really wish I could do the same thing. Like I could right now meet Michelle. Like of course, Michelle probably doesn't think I'm the most interesting, intricate person ever, but at least my interesting score has gone from like 10 to like 80 probably over the last few days. And I want to do the same thing with Leslie. I just want to impress someone, another person, and make them think that I'm really interesting. I just kind of want that. Yeah, Red got chosen as production designer. So I was checking the Yamdu crew list, and I was sending everyone, the announcement that I made on Yamdu about the Oppenheimer producer class thing. And I found out that Red got chosen as production designer. What? Since when? And NJ got chosen as sound mixer like a couple of days ago. And then for some reason, there are already 3 actors cast as, I don't know for which roles, but they're in the Yamdu. And then also at the same time, Yulia has become a production administrator alongside Cuchillo, Antonio, and the Indian professor. What the fuck is going on? How is Yulia suddenly more powerful than any of us and is on the same level as the professors? It's so weird and random. But yeah, Red is now the production designer. I DM'd Red on Discord. Not DM'd, I actually went to the meme Discord server and asked Red, and Red was like, "Oh yeah, yesterday they told me that I'm the confirmed production designer." And then now he's gonna contact some people who want to be in the art department. Um, yeah. Red was like, "Oh yeah, I was confirmed yesterday." Cliff is DMing me now. So many things are happening. Like when I was reviewing the anime, Leslie's DMing me. It's just so cool that I'm connecting with all these people. Um, but yeah. Essentially, there's that. There's that. Not much else. The dinner was chicken wings, potatoes, and dai bok choy fried with garlic. I'm running out of ideas for dinner. I'm running out of ideas for breakfast and lunch either. I don't have enough food. I grabbed my camera when I walked to Nijo Market today because of my photography assignment, which is due tonight. And I miscalculated. By the time I got out of my apartment, it was already dark. And while I love nighttime photography, the thing is, the assignment specifically asked me to use 100 ISO. And it's basically impossible to use 100 ISO at night because that's too dark. So I can't film shit. And because I'm using program auto mode, so the shutter speed gets slower. And because of that, it's bright now, but it's also very freaking shaky. And every photo I took looks like shit. So that was kind of frustrating. Another frustrating thing is I went to Nijo Market because I wanted to stock up for tomorrow because tomorrow's going to be crazy. I'm going to have the Owl Bicycle concert and I need to store up, so I have an onigiri. I want to buy an onigiri so that by the time I arrive at the Owl Bicycle place, I could just grab the onigiri and just eat dinner part 1 there before the live show. And then after I return home from Owl Bicycle, I could continue with dinner part 2. Yeah, unfortunately, not the case. All the onigiris are sold out. The entire Nijo Market seemed kind of dead. So there's that. So this means that tomorrow I'll have to go to Photo 1, and then I go back home, and then I have to go to Nijo Market first to buy food and stock up. And that's probably a good thing because then the onigiri would be fresh. And I also need to buy like a rice box as well, just so that I can immediately have food at night when I come back home and I don't need to cook. Um, but yeah, that's that. You know, I think even though I don't see it, but the fact that Betsy and Michelle think that Leslie acts more sad right now is kind of an interesting thing, I guess. Like, I imagine if this is Mary, if I don't know, if someone like Tom or like Nick would never say this, but someone like Tom comes up to me and tell me, I don't know why, but Mary seems kind of sad lately. I would be like, oh, why is she sad? And I would start like following her and like trying to see like what's happening in her life and all that stuff. And then Mary would seem happy, and then I would be like, wait, so is she sad or is she happy? Like, wow, she's so complicated. She's so like ambiguous. Except it's not Mary, and I don't think that way anymore. I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, Leslie asked me to recommend anime to her, so I recommended a bunch to her, which is of course Negative Riz. But ay ay ay. All right, time now is 9:51 a.m. on March 27th. Yay. I slept from 3:15 to 9:30. Oh god, I have stomachache again. Oh god. That's great. Okay. Just real quick, okay? I had a terrible dream. My phone snapped in half and it started glitching and turning white. I don't know. Just bad things happened. Today is a Monday, which means that I'm going to Photo 1 class. I don't know why it's so cold right now. Oh my god. Immediately after Photo 1 class, I'll have to go to Nijia Market and buy food like onigiri and whatnot to stock up. And then at around 3:30, I'm gonna head out of my apartment again. Pretty much immediately after lunch, I'll head out of my apartment and I'll take a long ass bus ride / metro ride to downtown LA. And then I'm gonna go to the Regent Theater for the first time, where I'm gonna see Aoba Ichiko perform. And that's gonna be the first concert of my life, really. The first concert where I actually get to choose to watch the artist. And then yeah, that's that. And then I'll be waiting in line for like 2 hours, but it's gonna be okay because I'm gonna buy 2 t-shirts, one for myself, one for Retablo. And that's that. Another thing I would like to talk about is Hong responded to me last night. Hong, the co-founder of HKOS, in the main group chat, responded to me because a few days ago I said, oh, I wanted to watch Where the Wind Blows, but I can't watch it because I live in Santa Monica. And then nobody responded to me. And then some other guy said to me, like, watched it already, la. And I don't know what that means. Like, okay, you watched it yesterday already, but I haven't. And then Hong replied to me like 2 a.m. yesterday saying that if I take the metro line to South Pasadena or something, he can actually pick me up and drive me there, and then he can drive me back home, which would be fucking amazing actually. What other chances do I get? Yeah, but except I have class on Tuesday until 7:30. So if I like finish class and I immediately have dinner and then I immediately leave, maybe it's possible. But if that's too late for him, then well, okay. I guess that's that. All right, it's 1:38. I brought back home 30 something dollars worth of food from Nikkei Market once again. All right, this is what I got: karaage fried chicken, tofu salad box, jelly cup, more soda because I'm insane. Pork shoulder slices. I don't want to buy it, but I have no choice. I got no meat. Yakisoba box for tonight. Ground beef. This is for later. Cup noodle. And then a couple avocados and an onigiri for later. All right, time now is 3:03. I just finished lunch, which is oat wheat bread with a smoked ham, bits of lettuce and mayonnaise sandwich. Kind of mid. I hate this sort of bread, but at least it's not sourdough, which is the worst kind. But yeah, just came back home about an hour ago, an hour and a half ago from Photo One. Aiden showed up. That's great. I was late for about maybe 8 minutes, but I didn't miss anything important. Like the moment I arrived, like the students are getting out of the classroom with cameras, so I didn't miss anything. I'm here for the shoots as well. But yeah, it is what it is. And then Aiden told me he's going to Irvine later today to meet up with a friend to help fix something. I don't know. So I went back home, and when I waited at the bus stop outside of my campus, I saw Pepper and another girl, and I'm assuming that that girl in question is actually another Hong Konger, the thoughty Hong Konger, who looks more like a Hong Kong American than an actual Hong Konger. But both of them didn't see me at all. Of course, I see them. I see everything. I'm a detective. I'm very sensitive to the people around me. Like the moment I saw someone, I immediately recognized them. So they crossed the road, and I ignored them. I even thought about walking up to them and saying hi, but whatever. Yeah, I took the bus. And then I got off and I walked to Nijiu Market. And then before walking to Nijiu Market, I passed by the well. And, I've passed by the well a few times. And I know it's awkward because I don't want to run into the Chinese boss lady. But today, I ran into her. So she was right in front of me. She came out of the well and she started walking. And even though I didn't see her face, the moment I see her back, I could immediately recognize her. And I immediately did a 180-degree turn. And then I walked back. She's gone somewhere again. But yeah, like I said, I have very sharp eyes. The moment I see someone I know it, okay? Came back home. I did some calculations last night about the meals and what I want to eat for dinner part 1 and part 2 and everything. So I got everything down. Yada yada. And Bree emailed me. Carmelo, the bald guy, DM'd me on Discord saying, he sent me an email to request signature for the networking event thing for Scriptwriting Club. And then Bree from Film 33, now the head of the social media and the campaign fundraiser for the short film, emailed me asking me if I could go to CMD for the photo shoot because I said I'm free in the Google form I filled yesterday. And I emailed back to her saying, I just found out that there's Club Awareness Day tomorrow, so I can't really come. Yeah, right now I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna prepare to leave to the frickin' Aobai concert, and I have really thought long and hard about like the whole planning of it, like what to bring, what not to bring. Yeah, we'll see. Damn, I have to do the photo shoot for the campaign and I look like shit. I need to somehow look good. I don't know how. I'll figure out a way. I'll raise my hair backwards like this. Yeah. And then I'll wear glasses. But yeah, my idea is I'm gonna bring small plastic bags. I'm gonna bring onigiri, some peanuts, small pile of tea there, and when lining up, I'm gonna throw away one of the bags. I'm gonna keep three other plastic bags so that I can hold them to store T-shirts when I get back. And then yeah, I got my earplugs charged. I got my portable charger charged. I think that's it. And I'm not gonna bring anything. I can't bring any big bags in there. So I gotta really, really know what to wear and what to put in my pockets because that's all I will have. But yeah, essentially there's that. Whew. Damn, I still haven't finished my food. What the hell is this? What the fuck? Why is there a bar here? Why does this place smell like a urinal? Oh, okay, well, I can't bring a water bottle in there. Well, there's a bar in here anyways, but I can't drink because I am a young child. Oh, and are these are CDs, right?
I can fold them if you just throw them in there too. So the two shirts together will be 60. Did you want anything else on it?
All right. Time now is 12:59 after midnight. Yeah, I just finished talking about the amazing live show that I've experienced. Go ahead and watch that video instead. But yeah, what can I say? I left my apartment with that plastic bag, took a metro, and then I arrived at that venue right on time at 5 p.m. Lined up outside of the venue for like an hour, and then went into a bar and waited for another hour. And I'm really early, even though there are already like 30 people in front of me. But still, it's like, ooh, it feels great to know that I'm early. I hate being late, you know. But yeah, essentially there's that. And I was so well prepared. I had onigiri and whatever. And thank God I knew how to prepare for it. I went into the venue, and for a while I was really scared that I'm going to miss out on the merchandise because only after I entered the venue, that's when the merchandise table was opened. I guess. I don't even know. Maybe the merch table was already open before I got in, and I was just, being ignorant. But I got in first, not knowing that there's a merch table opened, I guess, and I was worried that all the merch will be taken. But I still managed to enjoy the whole set. There's a guy whose name is Hayden Pedigo. He opened the set. I waited a whole hour from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then Hayden Pedigo performs from 8 p.m. to 8:30, and then from 8:30 to 9 I waited again. And then from 9 to 10 it's Aobaituko. She shows up and it's freaking amazing. It's transcendental. Just the idea that the real her is right in front of me. She's like 15 or 20 meters away from me. And it's just like real music coming out of her guitar and her vocal cords. It's just heavenly, basically. Truly fantastic performances. Some of the songs nearly brought me to tears. I enjoyed it a lot, and it's worth every penny. But I was also really tired, because I've been standing from 5 p.m. to like 10:30. But yeah, after the set is done, I was all the way back at the back of the room, because I wanted to buy the merch, and that strategy worked. I got to the merch room. I was one of the first few, like 10 people to get into the merch room after the show, and I was able to buy some merch. Bought a couple T-shirts and a CD of Utabiko, which is not an album I'm particularly familiar with, which is but still better than nothing. And then I took a lift back home, and the lift is $38. Definitely one of the more expensive lifts I've ever taken. But yeah, you know what? It's really worth it. I think I've had an amazing time, and this is really good. Yeah. Also important to note that my phone crashed um, in the middle of the last track. I was so worried that it's gonna crash during Seabed Eden. I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. Thank God it didn't crash at that point. It crashed a little later, but I didn't mind it. I crashed out of storage space. But then it got worse because during dinner, which is yakisoba, I bought a plate of yakisoba from Nichiya Market so that I could immediately eat it after I return home. Kind of mid, not as bad as the stupid pork kimchi rice, which is the absolute worst. But yeah, and then I finished the salad kit. Also, there's a canker sore under my tongue in this side for some reason. Not cool. But yeah, during dinner, my phone crashed twice. I hope that never happens again. What the fuck? I really don't like the idea of my phone dying. But regardless, I think I'll be getting a new phone this summer anyways. New phone and a new lens. I want a new lens a lot, though I'm being greedy. I digress. But yeah, my phone crashed twice. Bree emailed me. I think I've talked about this already. Bree emailed me, and then she later asked for my phone number, so I gave her my phone number. She texted me. She asked me to do the photo shoot thing for Film 33 campaign tomorrow morning. I can't. I have to do the club awareness thing. So hopefully sometime in the future I get to do it. Perhaps Wednesday. But tomorrow is the first batch of photo shoots for Film 33, so I gotta look good somehow. Yeah. I don't know about tomorrow. So the thing with tomorrow is, okay, tomorrow's gonna be another pretty complicated day. I got Club Awareness Day in the morning, and then I either go back home. I don't want to eat lunch outside because I don't want to spend more money. I'm just gonna go back home probably. Eat a couple bites of lunch and then immediately head back out again. And then sit on a bus again. But it's worth it. It's fine, you know. And then I'll go to photo 2. And the thing is, I don't know what we're gonna do on photo 2 because I've ran out of film in my film camera, and I believe Aoba, not Aoba, it's called Aoba, the Japanese girl from Hokkaido, Pepper, Potter, I believe all of their cameras have also run out of film. And tomorrow's class is probably going to be like the people who lag behind last class. They're going to do the printing and everything this class, which means that I've done everything. So maybe I could leave early if I can. Maybe, just maybe, at around 4:30-ish, I can leave and take a metro line all the way to South Pasadena so that Hong of HKOS could pick me up so that he could drive me to watch Where the Wind Blows, because I know it's crazy, you know, 4 days and then 3 days 3 days within 4 days I go somewhere super far away and spend money to watch something. But this is just an opportunity I can't pass on. In fact, I'm gonna ask Pepper if she wants to fucking join. But yeah, the chances of tomorrow me being able to leave early at 4:30 is very unlikely. But if God wills, you know, if a miracle does take place, okay, I will inform Hong, and I'll tell him, hey, I'm gonna join. Yeah, hopefully there's that. And then not much else. I kind of want a new lens. I want a Sigma 24 to 70. I think I'm I'm certain that this is the next lens I want to have. If I have the Tamron 70 to 300 as the next lens, what for, photography? That's a very specific kind of telephoto photography. It's not very useful, I guess if I want to make a short film and I want to only use a lens that I already own, then yes, having a 70 to 300 would help quite a bit. But I think honestly, the most helpful lens I should have right now is a 24 to 70 and a damn good one, a 24 to 70 so I can literally film all wide shots and medium shots and close-ups of 24, 50, and 70 mil. And then at 70 mil, I could do portraits. At 24, I could do landscapes in a way. And 2.8, so that's nice. And I checked eBay in the last couple of days for secondhand Sigma 24 to 70 lens. I can get one for about $900 that is pre-opened, but not used before. So the original price is like $1,200 or $1,300, but if the box is opened and the lens isn't even used, if the box is opened, then it automatically loses like $300 US, which is so funny. So yeah, maybe I could have a phone and a lens for birthday. You never know. But only if I have a job, because I don't want to spend more money. But yeah, my next lens is definitely going to be a Sigma 24 to 70. And then after that, I'll either get a Tamron 70 to 300 or a Samyang 45, which would be my first prime lens, and a super cheap one at that. Alright, time now is 9:53 a.m. in the morning on March 28th. We're nearing the end of the month. I slept from 3 a.m. to 3 a.m. to 9:40. Yeah, still processing yesterday. What a fantastic performance. And it's just crazy how suddenly eventful March has become, because I realized that last Tuesday, so today's a Tuesday. Last Tuesday, I think it was last Tuesday, when I and Pepper walked back home and she asked me to spill the tea. That was only 7 days ago. What the fuck? So much has happened ever since. So much has happened within 1 week that I pretty much forgot. That I thought that was like a couple weeks ago or something. Like, wow. So much has happened in the last 7 days is actually insane. So that's very impressive. Yes, so today is a Tuesday and I have photo 2 class at 2:45. So last night I already told you my plan, but I'm gonna reiterate my plan all over again. So I'm waking up a little earlier because I need to arrive at the main campus for the Club Awareness Day from 11:15 to 12:30. And then I have 2 goals in the Club Awareness Day. One is to guard Script Writing Club, because Thomas is not going because he's a silly boy. But also apparently HKSA 2.0 is going to show up at that place as well, so that may be very helpful to me. Second of all, yeah, right after the Club Awareness Day, I'm gonna immediately go back home from 12:30. Maybe I'm gonna arrive home at 1:30-ish. That's okay, and I have about 15 minutes to grab a bite. I'm gonna eat a sandwich, I'm gonna eat a salad, and then I'm gonna leave again. at around 1:45 or I think at around 2 p.m. I'm gonna leave again to Photo 2 class. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna leave again for a Photo 2 class. And the funny thing is, I don't know what we're gonna do for today's Photo 2 class because I've ran out of film and I already printed the negative, so a bulk of today is probably like nothing. So if we were miraculously allowed to leave early, I'm going to again spend 2 hours on the metro all the way to South Pasadena so that I would watch, so that I would be able to go to Monterey Park to watch Where the Wind Blows, and then have Hong pick me up and watch the movie with him, and then go back home, because Hong will drive me home, hopefully. Um, but yeah, essentially there's that. um, yeah. So another pretty complicated day. Another unknown variable. If I don't get to watch Where the Wind Blows, it's not the end of the world. I will be saving myself a lot of time and money. I would be going back home, doing homework, editing videos. I would have a chill evening. But yeah, there's that. Living life on the edge, pretty awesome. And yeah, it's just kind of fucking crazy how much has suddenly happened. I feel like this is Form 2, the history of Form 2 repeating itself. Like, it starts off with a couple false starts, but then once you get the ball rolling, it starts to get rolling, and it becomes really interesting. And this coming week is going to be very tough for me because I'm going to have little to no sleep. On Thursday, I'll have to wake up at 7 a.m. in the morning. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to have to spend 12 hours every day to work for John L., which is both a great thing and a bad thing. Great thing is I'm going to stack up a lot of experience being a script supervisor, which is going to help me a lot if I want to enter the industry as a scriptie. And also a good thing is I don't have to worry about lunch and dinner because they're doing it for me. Bad thing is I'm gonna have little to no sleep. The next time I naturally wake up is probably gonna be a couple weeks later. I'm gonna have to wake up by the alarm every single day from here on out. Especially next Friday, where there's a chance where I have to wake up at 4 a.m. So I'm gonna train myself to sleep as early as possible. Let's hope that I sleep early tonight. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, not much else to think about. I also ordered food on Wii and ordered screen protectors from Amazon last night. Screen protectors for my phone. And yeah, there's one thing. Okay, I'm in my pajamas, so I think I'm gonna do some exercise now, but I honestly don't think that's a great idea anyways. I don't know, whatever. Shit. I hate for this to be a repeat of history, but yeah. I think I've said this already, but with Pepper, after I meet her once, I wouldn't have a great urge to meet her again. But with Leslie, I kind of want to see her again. I think it's mainly because I don't know her well enough yet. I want to ask her basic questions like, do you have siblings? What's your favorite food? What's your favorite color? Why did you even come to America in the first place? Why did you fall in love with film in the first place? I want to ask questions like this. And of course, I'm not just going to ask out of nowhere. Like, I feel like, similar to with Michelle, we'll have to build a bond over something first. And that's why my relationship with Pepper feels so fucking forced. It's that I immediately start with these questions, But first of all, you need to put me and her in a situation first where we have to work it together constantly. And Pepper never worked with me constantly. I mean, we were in Film 31 and we did jack shit. And we were in Film 32 and we worked together with the whole class, okay? But not just with each other. So, yeah. I don't know. Leslie, she made a small comment. I told her I cook food almost every night, and she said, "Can I come to your apartment?" And I know that's just a joke. And Crystal cooks food. She's like a Chinese mom or something. Like, she acts like one. I'm sure she's not a mom. So sometimes I look at her Instagram stories and I'm like, God damn, I wish I could go there and eat. Like, she had hot pot a couple days ago. What the hell? It's been so long since I've had hot pot. So yeah, it's been a couple of months since I've had hot pot. Yeah, I miss it. I really do. I really don't know how the hell did she pull it off, or maybe it's in a restaurant. But yeah, that's that. So again, you'll never know. And Leslie just has that sort of energy. Like, Pepper is just basic presence. Like, her presence isn't like magical. You know, neither is Leslie's presence magical, but Leslie just has this like fuck this shit energy to her. And like it just feels different, you know. But yeah, and then I guess aside from that, Michelle texted me yesterday saying that next time we call, I'm gonna have to tell you something really personal, and Betsy must not know, and Betsy is like her best friend forever, and she's only telling me personally, so holy crap. Yeah, not much else. Oh.
You want to take a look for them? If not, just come back and we'll get your info and send you their. And then you had a question?
Yeah, I was looking at your guys'
Well, very intriguing indeed. Very intriguing. Alright, time now is 1:31 p.m. I just came back home. I overshot the bus stop by 2 stops. So I have to walk all the way back from north to south back to my apartment. But it's fine because I'm a really fast walker. But yeah, today's pretty interesting. I went to Club Awareness Day and I was late for like half an hour, but that's okay because no one cares. There's Daniel, the big Australian dude, and then Betsy's there. Michelle, Kat, and Aoba also showed up, but Aoba is not doing film club, obviously. Aoba is representing ICC, the Inner Club Council. And then I ran into a few people that I know. Obviously, this is nowhere near as lively or as eventful as the Club Awareness Day in last semester. That was way more eventful. Ouch, my canker sore. It sucks that it's at the tongue. If it's at the side, I could speak better. But, yeah, there's a guy from my biology class, from Bio 3 from last semester. I met him again. There's a black girl with a nose piercing, whom I've seen once in Film 32 last semester because she volunteered as an actress. I recognize her as well. I just keep recognizing people. I'm just fucking amazing. Karen, the Russian photographer who is Armenian Russian, he showed up and fist bumped me. And then Josu, the black guy, whom I met during the once in a Blue Moon shoot. I remember him, and he's like, "Hey, what's up?" And I even remember his last name. And him and Betsy were like, they know each other, but they forgot each other's names. So Betsy's like, "Oh no, let me guess. Your name starts with an M." And then Josu was like, "No." And then Josu was like, "Your name starts with a B." And then Betsy was like, "Yep, you got it." And I said, "Oh, but your last name starts with an M, right?" And then Josu was like, "Whoa, how did you know?" And I'm like, "Well, I looked at the call sheet and I just remember it." Another huge ulterior motive I have for coming to this Club Awareness Day is to find out about HKSA 2.0, because I know that the revival of HKSA, the second version of it, will be there somewhere for some reason, and they have registered as a club. So I kept looking and looking. I asked Alba where could they possibly be. Alba doesn't know. Alba's walking around taking pictures with her Canon camera, which belongs to Photo One. But I looked around again and finally I found HKSA 2.0. Their booth is right beside Asian Pacific Islander booth, which is a huge fucking middle finger. Because Pacific Island Club used to be HKSA 1.0, but it's got ruined. So I went up there, and at first they thought I'm just another American dude. They're like, oh, welcome to this club. But I saw how they act and how they dress, and I could immediately tell they're fucking Hong Kongers. So I blurted out a line of Cantonese. I said, 你哋都係香港人啊? Which means, are you guys also Hong Kongers? And then all three of them were like, whoa. Because throughout the whole day today, I'm the first actual Hong Konger or person who speaks Cantonese to approach them. And they were really surprised. And they were nice about it. Yeah, so I exchanged Instagram with one of them. That dude in particular is a little gayish. But he's really nice. I say gayish as if it's a negative thing. No, it's not. It's just a factual statement. But he's really nice. We exchanged IGs. And we started like asking each other, oh, which Hong Kongers do you know? Apparently, they know JT. And apparently they know Pepper too. So at some point, so that guy I spoke to, he came to the US in January of this year. So about 3 months ago. And wow, he's like me, but a year later. And he and a couple of Hong Konger friends were having lunch in this Korean restaurant near the campus. I know which one is it. And they were eating tteokbokki, and then they were talking about perverted shit, prostitutes and whatever. And then while they were talking about it and enjoying themselves, they hear Cantonese in the back. Turns out JT's in the back. There's that. So they know JT through that. And they also know a couple other people. They know Diane, but apparently Diane went back to Hong Kong. There's another person called Rebecca, JT's friend, but Rebecca fucked up, meaning that her grades are bad. So she had to go back to Hong Kong to study for an associate's degree or something, which is ridiculous. How do you manage to get bad grades in this freaking community college, Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I immediately took a bus back home. Michelle showed up for a bit. I immediately took a bus back home. And then now I'm just going to grab a bite. I'm going to eat some sandwiches, eat some karaage, fried chicken, whatever, eat some salad, and then I'm going to go out to photo 2 again. Also, Kuchio sent all of us an email saying that the Thursday campaign shoot will still happen, but we cannot use a soundstage because the entire soundstage for the whole day will be given to Betsy because of her play. So, interesting thing indeed. Just had lunch. I also want to mention that Aoba said today for photo 2 we're going to shoot flowers. Hopefully just for a little bit because I want to get the hell out of there so that I could take a metro to South Pasadena to Cal State LA. So I don't know, and I don't have film anymore in my camera. I don't got nothing to do. Another thing is, Josu, the black dude, asked me the whereabouts of Karin, the Japanese girl who showed up out of nowhere, whom I've met for one day, and that's it. I low-key want to know more about her too. Josu asked me, have you seen Karen? And I'm like, Karen? You mean Karen, the Russian photographer? Or do you mean Karin, the Japanese girl? And he's like, oh yeah, I think she's a Japanese girl. Yeah, he probably wasn't even sure she's Japanese or not. Like, she probably only knows that she's Asian, But yeah, I'm gonna ask Aoba, later. That gives me an excuse to ask, because I'm a little curious myself. Yeah, and it's just kind of amazing that had I not gone to this Club Awareness Day, I wouldn't have met this HKSA 2.0 place. That guy who spoke to me, he said that JT doesn't seem like the kind of person who wants to get more with Hong Kongers. She wants to branch out more. But for him personally, he's 50-50. I want to meet more Hong Kongers, but at the same time, I want to expand too. He's a business major. And another dude was a psychology major, and he has like perfect GPA and whatever. Yeah, and he's also interested in like, hey, you know, we can meet up like a small tight group on weekends. We could meet up and we could play board games and we could play mahjong together, which would be really cool. So yeah, and I don't know, like speaking to them, given that they are Hong Kongers that arrive later than me, I feel like a fucking veteran. Like I know these supermarkets, and I know these streets better, and I know the system better. I know a lot more people. I just feel like a veteran suddenly. So it's so interesting. So interesting. That guy I spoke to is still staying at a homestay, a couple blocks away from the main campus, a block away only actually, and is a Mexican host family. And he said he's planning to move out as soon as possible because he can't stand it no more. Because the family is complaining every couple of days, and it's getting really frustrating for him. And I said, hey man, I've been there. So yeah, let's go to photo 2. Bro, how the hell do I manage to be this early? It's 4:24. I'm leaving the dark room. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Guys, I'm actually doing it. 3 days ago, I took 2 buses all the way to downtown LA. Yesterday, I took the metro to downtown LA and took a lift back. Today, I'm taking a metro to South Pasadena. So, I asked Pepper if she wants to join, and she's like, no way. I'm a bit of an insane guy, I must say. A little bit, perhaps. Yeah. You know, 3-4 years ago, this is what I would be dreaming of. Just randomly, impromptu going to faraway places and not being afraid. Truly, the evolution of the detective is here to behold. I've never been to this part of LA before. Makes me wonder if I'm walking in the right direction. God, what the hell am I doing? Why am I forcing myself to make March even more eventful for myself? God, my tongue hurts. There we go, I found a station, woohoo! Let me cross. Where is the silver line? What the heck? Where is it? Alright, so apparently I have to leave the surface, like leave the metro and go to the surface, and then walk forward, and then I'll find another entrance so that I could get into the silver line to South Pasadena. I'm so lost. Is this it? Please tell me this is it. There's no fucking signs. I've made it back into the same goddamn station. Where do I find Jay? What the fuck? Holy crap, where's the silver line? Where's Jay? Where's line J? E? What? I don't fucking get it. Oh, it's a bus. Oh my god, okay. Okay, I get it now. I'm gonna have to go back up. Holy crap, here it is, the metro line. Somehow metro, but on the surface. Los Angeles makes a lot of sense. Let's go. Oh, this is an odd place. Apparently this is Cal State LA. Alright, so apparently this is Cal State LA. Oh boy.
We're out. Oh.
We're buying food. Whoa. time now is 11:50 p.m. Let's wrap it up. Let's talk about photo 2. So after finishing the tiny lunch, I took a couple buses back to the main campus. Took about 25 minutes. I think realistically, from my home right now to my college main campus, if this is Hong Kong and I can take the metro, realistically that's like a 20-minute journey. But it's just so stupid that sometimes it takes more than an hour because Los Angeles is amazing. But thank God, okay, I'm DMing someone at the same time. Thank God the buses showed up like immediately and I was able to return to the main campus swiftly, and I was even a little early, which is really nice. I was earlier than Pepper, Potter, Aoba. Antonio didn't show up, so as expected today, there's nothing we could do. There's literally nothing we're going to do. We continued printing out photos for the urban landscape assignment. So I actually had the chance to end early. Oh boy, oh shit. Okay. Okay, hold on. What the fuck? Alright. Buckle up your seatbelts. Okay, it's 12:08. Yes, photo 2. I was grabbing some film negatives and some photography paper from my locker, and right beside me is Pepper, and I don't want things to be awkward between us, so I immediately told her, hey, I saw you yesterday. And Pepper's like, what? And I said, oh yeah, you and another girl crossed the road from the main campus to the street up north. You're with another girl. And she thought about it for a second, and she's like, yeah. And and then she asked me, why didn't you come say hi? And I said, oh, my bus was just gonna come. So that's that. But yeah, I told both Aoba and Pepper that I may leave the class halfway. And today might be one of the only few classes that I can do that. Also, the photography professor said that the whole shooting flowers thing is next Tuesday anyways. So we don't have to worry anything today. So I did some printing. I printed, I think, a couple more images. I selected a new film negative, and the professor liked it. He taught me how to dodge with a dodging stick. And dodging is essentially when you turn on the light in the reader and it emits a light through the film negative onto the photography paper. It's burning the paper. But then you get the dodging stick, you're dodging the burn. So it's burning, but parts you're dodging is burning less. Thus, those parts will look brighter. So I printed a couple times and then I'm done. I don't want to waste any more photography paper. I'm fucking out of here. This is my golden chance. So I returned everything, I packed up, and I just yeeted myself out. So I'm gone. Also, apparently, this Japanese teacher assistant and Potter, like, they had a conversation yesterday, and this Japanese girl, not Aoba, taught Potter a bunch of Japanese words, like for neck and wrist and for ankle, which is quite funny. And then at some point, the photography teacher was like, oh, you're from Hong Kong, right? How's the food there? And Potter's like, it's okay. And the professor was like, just okay? And then the professor asked, have you been to Japan? Have you been to Tokyo? Do you like the food there? And Potter's like, oh, Japanese food is way better. And then professor asked, have you been to Tokyo? And Potter said he hasn't, but Pepper has, and I have. I just went there, come on. And the professor like jokingly asked, which part of Japan has the best food? Tokyo! And then the teacher assistant girl, who's from Osaka, was like, no, it's Osaka. So yeah, that's that. No, but I left immediately. I actually went to TG, Telegram, to text Hong, and I told him, hey, I think I can actually make it. So I walked 15 minutes to the metro station, and I took the metro, and just like yesterday, I took a fucking metro for 1.5 hours, and holy crap, I actually did it. I just, like, even on the metro, I was listening to music and looking at the views, and I was just like, why am I even doing this? Why am I doing this to myself? Why am I spending so much time and effort? Like, how much time did I spend on public transport today? You know, like, me going to college campus, 30 minutes, 30 minutes, another 30 minutes, and then 1.5 hours. That's like 3 hours. That's like 1/8 of the fucking day. Oh boy. Los Angeles. Yeah, you know, I took the metro all the way to freaking South Pasadena. It took me so long to find how to change. So 7th Street Metro Station, I know where that station is. That's basically Central Station. But Americans don't have the guts to call it Central Station. So I left that, and I couldn't find the Silver Line. Turns out it's a bus. And so I walked in loops, like around the station. I left, I walked backwards, I entered another building, I went underground, and I'm back in that station again, and it's so confusing. And finally, I found out that it's a fucking bus. So I walked to the bus stop, and at that point, I missed a couple buses already. So I was gonna arrive at this, at Cal State LA, at 5:55, but I ended up arriving much later at around 6:05. Not much later, but yeah. 6:07, I think. But yeah, I actually did arrive, and it felt like in the middle of nowhere. And then I went up the elevator and crossed the bridge, and on there, Hong is right there. Lo and behold. So he picked me up, he took me to the car park in Cal State LA, and drove me out, and it's quite crazy. I'm in fucking South Pasadena suddenly, and he's driving me to Monterey Park. Like, holy shit. So he, you know, it was. I guess we're not that close, and it's been a while since we've seen each other. Last time we saw each other was like September, I think. Yeah, it was way back in late September when I attended the Far Far Away screening and I took photos. So we had a bit of a conversation about, you know, how are things going, Hong Kong film and Hong Kong cinema. I told him all about how I'm helping John L with his short film, and I also, on the way back from Monterey Park back to my home, I talked about how I made a short film before I left Hong Kong and came back to LA and everything, and yeah, you know, just a lot of talk. You know, he asked me how's the applications going. He still doesn't know a lot about me. Like, he doesn't know if I write scripts or not. He doesn't know what's my end game in this field. He doesn't know if I'm going to go back to Hong Kong or not immediately after I graduate. He doesn't even know which year I'm in. Like, I'm in my 3rd year. But yeah, he drove me to Monterey Park, and the film begins in 6:20. And we arrived at 6:20. In the car park, I was looking at my phone, and I was gonna crash onto a pillar. And then half a second before crashing onto it, I jolted. And when I jolted, I think I crashed my hand onto the pillar. My left hand, this is my right hand, my left hand. And that caused a skin scrape in my middle finger knuckle. And I freaked out. This is not a good time to have a skin scrape. So I immediately searched for moisturizing lotion in my bag, because every time you get a skin scrape or a paper cut, the first thing you do, moisturizing cream. Rub some on your skin. The sooner the better, and it's going to heal faster. I don't know why, but every time I get a skin scrape or a paper cut, first things first, moisturizing cream. And thank God I found it. It's in my bag the whole time. So I applied some moisturizing cream, and it hurt, but it's actually already healing now because I applied it so soon. I think I applied the moisturizing cream within like 20 seconds. Think fast. But yeah, we entered the cinema. We paid for the tickets. Turns out it's like Tuesday, so it's a discount. So the movie ticket for Where the Wind Blows, despite being a 2 hour and 20-minute long film, it's $6.50. Oh boy, so I don't regret coming all the way here at all. Like, imagine an alternate universe where I decided to stay behind for this class and I'm just walking around this dark room like an idiot, and I go back home and I just feel like I have nothing important to do, and I'm like, man, in an alternate universe, I would travel all the way to South Pasadena to watch a movie. Well, I'm in the right universe, so I made the right decision. And then after that, because this movie is 2 hours and 20 minutes long, it starts at 6:20, so theoretically it should end at around 9. So we'll be hungry. So Hong took me around that area and went into a bakery so that we could buy some bread so that we could eat it in the cinema. And we shouldn't bring food from outside to the cinema, but Hong said, you know what? We can just sneak past. They're not going to be able to tell. So I just literally I hid the bread between my jacket and my shirt. And he said we went in, and it's just the both of us. I thought a bunch of HKOS people will watch too. But no, it's just the both of us. And he's like, oh, hold on. Before entering the theater, he's like, oh, hold on, I got to do something. So I entered it myself, and I sat at the seat that I, specifically got. Oh boy. Yeah, okay, insanity ensues. So, oh god, I'm gonna get there. So yeah, I watched the whole film, and throughout the whole film, Hong didn't show up anymore. I was just like wondering, where the hell is he? I watched the movie, and honestly, it's kind of mid. The editing is choppy as hell. The pacing is just too fast. The plot is kind of incoherent. I love the performances. I love the sets, but damn. Movie's over, and it's cool to hear like Cantonese voices in front of me and behind me, and it's like nice, Movie's over. I went back out of the theater, and I just texted him, like, where are you? And he went to the bathroom. He came out, and then he drove me back to my home. And then by the time I got home, it was 10. I made myself Japanese curry rice. I finished it. I feel full as hell, and I'm thirsty as hell because that's salty as hell. And then now I'm here. Now, a couple of, okay, first of all, great. I'm happy that I made this wild decision. Again, like, years ago, like, if you tell me 5 years ago that someday in the future you'll be in LA and then you would impromptu travel all across the city, spend hours traveling across the city to meet a guy, and then you're going to watch a movie, and then that guy's going to drive you all the way back home, I'm going to think, holy crap, I'm insane. But that's life. That's what I asked for, and I'm fulfilling that wish. Also, when Hong drove me back home, he kept on like driving wrong turns. He went to the Hollywood direction at some point. He went to Long Beach direction at some point. He went to Culver City direction at some point. He asked me what's my opinion, and then later I asked him what's his opinion on the film, and he said he didn't like it that much. He just couldn't get into the vibe of the film. He just, he didn't feel involved into the film because so much of the plot is incoherent, and it tries too hard to be Wong Kar-wai-ish, which is one of the silliest things you can do in modern Hong Kong cinema, is to pretend to be Wong Kar-wai. You'll never be Wong Kar-wai, okay? Just accept the fact. But yeah. I asked him about HKOS. Another reason why me meeting Hong today is a great idea is because I can ask him about the HKOS Film Festival. And I asked him, are you going to hold the festival like very far away in Whittier? And he's like, yeah, that's the only place where we could do that. So I'm like, wow, that's far away. But, hopefully I get to, I get to come and help out in one of those days. And he's like, yeah, sure. And he asked me what I'm going to do in spring break. And I'm like, I don't even know. Both of us are really quiet. He doesn't speak much. So it's a very quiet atmosphere, but it's nice. I don't like it when people keep on like bugging me with questions and stuff. But yeah, okay, anyways, now for the main course. Film 33. What the hell is going on? For the last 3 days, as the temporary UPM, I've been waiting for updates on the campaign shoot. Yet Zach, nor Birkin, nor Benny have been telling me any of the updates. I am completely in the blind. So out of curiosity, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna ask the DP. I DM'd Jonathan and asked him any news on the campaign shoot, and he's like, yeah. I asked him if he has a team of camera crew now, and he's like, yeah. And then I asked him, out of curiosity, I was like, oh, Sitlali is the art director now? I thought she's into DPing. And Jonathan told me that Sitlali is going to do camera op on Thursday, but from then on out, she's going to be art department. And then I asked him if he has a script, and he's like, yeah! Apparently Zach sent it to him, like maybe last night or something. And I didn't receive any of this at all. I checked Yamdu. It's not on there. I have to ask the freaking DP. Why? And then I also asked, oh, how about G&E? We need to light shit. And he said he only knows that we're gonna have 2 grips. We're 1.5 days away from the shoot. And then earlier today, in the middle of Club Awareness Day, I received an email from Cuchillo saying that we can't use the soundstage. So the plans changed already anyways. And then there's this, Betsy told me that Bree, Tova, Jared, and Gustavo was at CMD yesterday at around 1 p.m. to ask for equipment. I didn't know that happened as well. Yeah. And then Jonathan told me, hey, in times like this, you gotta be more active. Just keep bugging them. Keep asking Zach and Birkin and Benny. Keep asking them. Because otherwise they will not automatically tell you. So I'm like, oh yeah. So I just texted Benny and Zach. And neither of them have replied. Both of them are probably sleeping. That's fine. But yeah, we got some planning required. We only have tomorrow to plan things out. And I don't think I'm going to CMD to do photo shoots tomorrow. That's okay. If I have extra time tomorrow, I'll work on the crafty shit. Because tomorrow's the last day. Come on. But yeah, that's that. Pretty ridiculous, I must say. And we still don't know if we need PAs or not. All I know is that Leslie's PAing. So there's that. Oh yeah, I forgot if I've told you this, but I met the guy in media department whose name is very Italian, and he showed up, and I saw his name tag, and I'm like, oh my god, it's that dude. So I told him, hey, by the way, I sent you an email, and he's like, oh, no, I didn't even say, hey, I sent you an email. I just said, hey, are you the from the media department? And he's like, oh yeah, are you the one who sent me an email last night? And I'm like, yeah. And he said, okay, I'll check it. Because apparently Betsy and Michelle also work for him now. So him knowing that I am related to Betsy and Michelle, like I'm affiliated with them, I think I stand a higher chance. Come on, connections. Connexion. But yeah, I think today is a pretty solid day overall. I mean, me being able to meet the Hong Kongers, just me casually strolling into their booth and then blurting out a line in Cantonese with such swagger. It's just such an epic moment, I guess. Definitely a highlight moment of the day. But yeah, tomorrow. Sheesh. I don't know why, but I keep thinking about like Leslie, and I keep thinking like, honestly, I want to know more. And when I hung out with Pepper, I don't get that feeling. Of course, when I hung out with Pepper, I'm curious too. Like, I'm curious about Pepper's personal life, her love life, and whatever, her philosophy. But then the more I hang out with Pepper, the more I realize she's kind of a shallow person. And then I just get uninterested. But it's different with Leslie in that, okay, so I've known Pepper since February. And then I guess the day around the time I stopped pursuing Pepper, I didn't even pursue her, like, stopped caring about her, is like December. So that's about 10 months. But really, my relationship with Pepper started in September. So that's about 4 months. And then me and Leslie, I started knowing her in like October last year. And that's like, it's been 6 months. It's been half a year since I've known her. So, and I still care about Leslie now more. And I find Leslie way more interesting. Sure, she's not the edgy, she might be pretty edgy actually. But she's not an ultra mysterious, dark side kind of girl. Actually, maybe she has a really dark side. Again, the fact that I am like second questioning whether she has a dark side or not is a good thing, because if you recall my college updates back in last semester, back in round 2, when I talk about Pepper, and I was like, oh, I wish Pepper has a dark side. I'm saying that in desperation, because deep in my heart, I know Pepper doesn't have a dark side. Pepper's just one side, flat. But Leslie's, I don't think she has a dark side. I just think she has a fucked up side. That's not necessarily dark. I think it's, well, maybe in a way dark. I don't know, but I feel like she has surprises installed, you know. And I just, now that she's within the CMD canon and she's so mentally fragile, I feel the need to protect her. Again, it's like the fucking Pepper syndrome. Like, I also felt the need to protect Pepper, like, or at least, like, help her, you know, when she's facing the whole Duolingo thing. Yeah. Damn. But I feel the need to protect Leslie now that I know she's in even more danger. Also, I asked Betsy about Alba's disappearance and Rustem. First of all, I don't have the time to talk about Rustem because that's a long conversation. Second of all, but Betsy assured me that Leslie's in fine hands right now. But second of all, about Alba's disappearance, Betsy doesn't seem to care very much. She said, oh, she's gone, she's gone. But I care about Alba because I don't want her to be like kidnapped or something. So yeah, I'm gonna need more news updates from that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know if, so either Zach and Birkin completely forgot about sending information to me, or they're purposefully keeping me out of the loop, meaning that Benny's getting all the info. So I just texted Benny, like, we actually have a schedule now. Oh, we actually have this and that now. Like, not even a schedule, just a loose schedule. So yeah, and also for John L. short film, apparently I need to do a PCR test or something. Like, what the fuck? I don't want to do a PCR test, okay? Can I not do that, please? Oh boy. Time now is 9:05 a.m. on March 29th. I am tired as fuck. I'm so sleepy. I slept from 2:50 to 8:40 basically. Oh my god. So yeah, at least I slept a little earlier. At least I slept earlier than 3. Okay, you know what? Let's set a goal. Tonight, I'll go to bed. Tomorrow, I have to wake up 7. So, you know, fuck. Let's just go to bed at 2. Let's just go to bed at 2. I know that's like very early, but let's set that goal, okay? Tonight, 2 a.m. No wiggle room. No struggle. 2 a.m. Yeah, well, at least it was a good sleep. Like, I slept all the way through. I had a couple of crazy dreams. I was in some place traveling. Maybe it was Japan. I don't know. But I was with my family, and there's this festival thing. And suddenly, I got naked and then like they're strangers and I tried to hide from them because I'm embarrassed. Like, yeah, something along the lines of that. And I was in a bathhouse, I think. Yeah, I don't know, it's kind of a blur. So today's a Wednesday, which means today I will be doing photo 1, which is the more boring out of the 3 in-person classes. Hopefully Aiden the Hong Kong shows up. Hopefully I socialize with the Korean girls. Whatever. I don't really care. And then oh, my tongue's getting worse and worse. And then here's where it gets complicated, okay? So yesterday I learned that apparently for John L. shoot we have to take a COVID PCR test, which is annoying as hell. And I appreciate the professionalism. But yeah, damn. Especially because today is gonna rain pretty hard. So last night I called UCLA Medical Center because I guess UCLA Medical Center provides free PCR tests, or at least cheaper ones. And of course, by last night I mean 1 a.m. and nobody's picking up. And then I also checked that apparently there is a PCR test center nearby, about 20 minutes away by foot. And 8 minutes away by bus. So, yeah. But before all that, I texted the producer of John L. short film and asked him, am I gonna get reimbursed for the PCR test? Because if I do the one that's 20 minutes away on foot, it's $89 US. And then so he said, I'm sorry, we won't reimburse you. So fuck that. So he said a rapid test would be fine. Fine, I got test kits in the cabinet right now. I'll do it. So, yeah, that's that. No news on the whole Film 33 thing. I guess if there's one thing I must do today, aside from photo 1, it would be, of course, I'll have to do college homework, because, I won't have the time to do it in the next 4 fucking days. But also, I am going to see, okay, so if Benny or Zach receives my text about the campaign shoot, and they're actually going along with it, and may I mind you, tomorrow is the day of the fucking shoot, and we're not prepared at all. We don't even have a G&E team. Yeah, it's gonna be, crazy and ridiculous. So, I guess one thing that everyone needs to keep in mind is that, we need food. We need Crafty. So, I and Benny talked about how we're gonna pay for Crafty out of our pockets. That's fine by me. Sacrifice for a greater good, you know. So, if that is confirmed, I and Benny shall coordinate this. And if I may, today I'm gonna go to Ralph's to buy some Crafty specifically. So that's that. On a side note, we should be delivering food to me very soon, so that was nice. And I'm just gonna film a review. Lately, I haven't been filming a lot of YouTube videos. I'm gonna be honest here. Yeah, lately I've been filming YouTube videos on alternate days. I filmed a video on the 19th, and then 21st, and then 23rd, and then 25th. And then 26, 27, I didn't film anything, and today's 29, so wow. Yeah, so, gotta film something.
That would be tall mocha frap with oatmeal and whipped cream, right? And that would be all for you?
Yeah.
I'd be $5.75, please.
Yeah.